Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Muhammad Hakim bin Haron. I'm from class LMCC PDL 1905166. So today I will give answer for the 5 question of freight. So the question number 1 is describe the network carrier and how integrated cargo network is operate. So based on my knowledge, network carrier is an air services that operate using schedule from one main port to another main port. So this network carrier also use a big size of aircraft so that it can bring many cargo inside it. Network carrier also suitable for the long haul distance. So the network carrier Etihad Cargo, for example, we provide cargo services between Abu Dhabi and Australia. To put in another way, a network carrier offer an airport to airport services that make it easy for all shippers to use air cargo services. So Bangladesh is a textile producing area. As a result, demand is very strong with buyers coming from all around the world, including Abu Dhabi. Since Bangladesh produce high quality textile, it is responsibility of the network carrier, which is Etihad Cargo, to transport all the textile to Abu Dhabi due to the lower deck, which is larger than of a low cost carrier. That's what there is know about network carrier. So next we go to integrated cargo. How integrated cargo network is operate. So now the integrated cargo network is operate by a services that deliver a customer product from a point A to the point B, including shipment pickup, air or vehicle transit and delivery. As a result, integrated cargo network use a hub and spoke architecture similar to that a passenger of airline because it connect each market in the integrated systems. The hub is the backbone of the integrated express carrier. For example, Etihad company operate with a very tight shipping window to their Midwest distribution hub, which is located in Cincinnati. They are collaborating with DHL company to outsource its entire logistic function. Its situation show that the agreement deal was a win-win situation opportunity for both companies. So for the question number 2, explain the ideal low-cost carrier are able to provide more services to the freight forwarder. The ideal low-cost carrier that able to provide more services to freight forwarder is offer a service shipping product to non-main hub location. Through providing this service to freight forwarder, they will ship a large amount of goods to non-main hub where network carrier are unable to deliver these services. As a result, freight costs will be cut when the commodities are delivered straight to their destination. AirAsia, for example, is a low-cost carrier that provide this facility to the freight forwarding in Malaysia. The idea of low-cost carrier also provide service that ship all the goods in the short haul and medium haul. Back to the pandemic happen nowadays, this idea will help freight forwarder to easily choose the roads for its shipment of goods. It facilitate the transport of product for import and export. Since low-cost carrier are concerned with the turnaround period, freight forwarder can handle the right time and reduce customer lead times. For example, from KLIA to Krabi Airport, low-cost flights are available. So low-cost carrier also provide more services to the freight forwarder by accepting passenger and cargo at the same time. As we know, in Malaysia before, AirAsia is not an airline that offer cargo, but now it changed the way of services. When idea to accept passenger and cargo at the same time, freight forwarder can use it to travel the other country and also deliver the good to the customer at the same time. Company need to be creative during this pandemic to combine the services to maximize their profit and income after this pandemic, so that they need to done this method, which is combine the passenger and goods at the same time. Company need to maximize everything, including expenses and income, to re-raise the income after the some loss from the pandemic happen nowadays. For the question number 3, describe any Etihad cargo product that has managed to encourage more shippers to use air freight in their logistic process. So from my understanding, Etihad Cargo provide the services that ensure that safety element during this shipment product. The reason why Etihad focus on the safety of their goods is because they want to keep their best quality for the goods that they deliver to the customer. The Etihad Cargo product will inspire shippers to use air freight services because it can ensure that safety of product that need to be export and import. They emphasize the safety of goods by doing a special handling towards the goods. As a result, the customer will be happier and trusting in Etihad Cargo's delivery service. For example, Etihad Cargo deliver essential supplies to the Australia market, and these goods need a safety just like what Etihad Cargo provide. As we can see from the article, Australia is lack from transportation capabilities, while Etihad had the capacity to hold goods in better shape. As a result, the two countries reached a compromise in industry despite the fact that several other airlines have the same services. Special handling can increase the profit in order to recover the loss during the pandemic because more time can be spending for handling goods after no people are allowed use airplane during pandemic. So next, Etihad Cargo is used aircraft type. As we can see, Etihad Cargo is a network carrier which is that have a big capacity that can load more good in it. So it is suitable for the shipper that want to deliver the good with a big scale. The shipping commodity is typically marketed to outsiders as cargo and freight, and anyone interested in using freight service must first know the type of aircraft. Etihad, for example, operates a D-bodied aircraft with a wide cargo deck on the lower deck. After that, Etihad is in-flight cabin services. This product will offer a different type of service towards the consumer. For example, luxury, mid-range, low-cost, no-frills, shuttle and charter. Etihad Cargo aims to ensure that their customer get the best service at the best price for the budget and intent. In this case, the shipper may also choose which type of service is best for their logistic company. Based on their budget, company need to be creative in order to maximize to increase the income to recover the loss that caused by pandemic. For the question number 4, the issue in air cargo capacity is when traffic begins to pick up. Freight rate can be moved up again quite rapidly as shortage of capacity appear on the same routes. Give your opinion in the recovery process in gaining air freight demand. The way that we could gaining back demand from the consumer is involving the technology. Customer would be concerned about a new technology or services whether it's brought to the market or introduced. Everyone is trying to save the world this day. So that Etihad Cargo is working to develop technology that can help the environment thrive. Besides example, Etihad Cargo no longer used to the old method of shipping airway bills. Now opting for electronic data will help save the planet. During the pandemic, there is limited for physical movement. So that this involving technology will help people to save the cost, save the time and so on. So that during the pandemic, we need to be creative to increase the productivity during our business. So to gaining demand also we can use e-commerce. E-commerce is buying and selling goods or services by via the internet and the transfer of money and data to complete the sales. E-commerce make it easier for a freight customer to use their service and they can do so just by going online. That's what I said before. This will both ease the protocol and expedite the operation for all parties. For example, if a customer wishes to book an Etihad Cargo flight or freight services, they will do so directly on the company's website so that there is no physical movement to go at the airport and so on. So that it can save time and save the energy as well. So the next point is compliance. The terms compliance refer to the act of complying to laws and regulation. Compliance may reflect on someone or an entity and it can demonstrate whether or not they should be trusted. Many of organizations' law, policies and internal and external controls are included in this definition. When air cargo will demonstrate the conformity, it will be a driver in increasing customer demand since users have begun to trust air freight services. For example, the Etihad Cargo is airline company that show its compliance toward the contract made under Australia. For the last question, number 5, the chances for air cargo demand to grow certainly be closest linked to gross domestic product and trade growth for one country. How does GDP relate to the air cargo demand? So basically, we should know what is actually GDP. The net value of goods and services generated within a country's regional boundaries over a given time span, normally a year. The rate of growth of a country's GDP is a primary measure of its economic success. GDP is related to the economy and it offers data on a country's economic scale and result. The rate of real GDP growth is widely used as a barometer of the economy's economic health. A rise in a real GDP is thought to be good sign of the economy's well-being. As the currency grows, the economy grows with it and the amounts of capital rise with it. GDP would be linked to the air cargo demand as a result of the issues. Since GDP increases, so does air cargo demand. GDP can be calculated by 3 methods. So the first one is the production approach. The production approach is calculate the value added at each point of the manufacturing process, with value added specified as total sales minus the cost of the intermediate inputs. For instance, latex is an earlier input and the tires is the end result. A bakery service is intermediate input and the cake is the output. So the next method is the expenditure method. So this method tests the amount of completed sales made by household such as beef, television and medical supplies, as well as business equipment contribution and government and foreigner product and utility expenses. So the next is the income method. This method evaluate the total revenue received from industry component, including labor and resources within countries' domestic borders. For example, employee remuneration and business operational surplus, roughly sales less cost. It is important for a company to know all about the GDP, which is gross domestic product, with the cargo demand to rebuild the company, especially in pandemic situation nowadays. It can be concluded when GDP is increased, the economy also increase, the currency also increase, and the efficiency of import-export activities is also increased. Then Etihad or any airways or air cargo or shipper should be know and notice that it's important to know the percentage of GDP in some country, so that can help to maximize and efficiency in the company. Thank you.